So first we'll cover the memory units chapter. So digital computer is based on binary. So binary can be 0 and 1. So 0 can be 1 bit and 1 can also be 1 bit. So smallest unit for digital computer is a bit. Bit stand for binary digit. 1 bit equals to 0 and 1. 1 nibble, there are 4 bits and can be arranged in this form. 1 byte, there are 8 bits. So 1 bit is 0 or 1. 1 nibble, 4 bits. 1 byte equals to 8 bits. So it can be arranged in this form. Then they asked a question, what is ASCII? So it's America's standard code for information interchange. So what is the full form of ASCII? So it is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So it is a coding system for computer. So what is this? ASCII is a coding system for computer. So in 1 byte, how many bits are there? Answer is 7. So if they ask in ASCII system, in 1 byte, how many bits are there? 7. How is this possible? We know that it is 8, 1 byte equals to 8 bits. But here, how the answer is 7 in ASCII, America's Standard Code for Information System. What happened? We know 2 to power 1 equals to 2. Means 0 and 1 can be formed in two ways. Suppose we have to assign number to every keyboard key. For example, A. For A there is 0, B is 1. So we don't have any other number. So what we'll do? We'll take 0, 0. But in this way we can assign only 4 number. So we take 0, 0, 0, we can assign only 8 number. So if we take 2 to power 7, we assign 128 number. How 128? 26 alphabets. Then there are number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there are the other keys. And even there is a 26, there is a capital alphabets, 26 small alphabets, and there is a numbers. So accordingly there was 128 numbers needed. But with time, there are many other numbers also incorporated. For example, scientific number, for example pi, these kind of signs have also been included. So we need 2 to power 8. So earlier it was 2 to power 7. So if it asks in SI system, 1 byte equals to how many bits? So the answer will be 7. Otherwise normally 1 byte equals to 8 bits, because now we use 2 to power 8, 256 bits, because we need more coding symbol to assign to different numbers. So 1 byte equals to 8 bits. ASCII, it is equal to 1 byte equals to 7 bit in the case of ASCII. Full form of the ASCII is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So America's Standard Code for Information Interchange. In this 1 byte equals to 7 bits. So 10 to power 7 equals to 128. So whenever you see small b is equals to bit, capital B is equals to byte. For example, Mbps, 1 Mbps. So 1 megabit per second, but 2 GB. For example, you have a 2 GB hardware, so it is called gigabyte. So 1 bit, 1 nibble and 1 byte. We know 1 bit equals to 0, 1. 1 nibble 4 bits and 1 byte equals to 8 bits. And in the case of ASCII, it says 1 byte equals to 7 bits. Now 1 KB equals to 1024 byte. And in many of the question you can also write it 1000 bytes. So 1 KB equals to 1024 byte. 1 megabyte is equal to 10 to power 20 byte. 1 KB byte we can also write it 2 to power 10 bytes because it can be written like that. Now 1 megabyte equals to 2 to power 20 byte. So it can also be written like that. It can be split into like this, and it will be 10 lakhs, means 1 billion bytes. So 1 megabyte equals to 1 million byte. And 1 gigabyte equals to 10 to power 30 bytes. So it is 1 billion bytes. And 1 terabyte equals to 1 trillion bytes. So mega million, giga billion and tera trillion. So we must remember 1 megabyte equals to 10 to power 20 bytes. 1 gigabyte equals to 10 to power 30 bytes, and 1 terabyte equals to 10 to power 2 to power 40 bytes. So it's not 10 to power, it's 2 to power 30 bytes, 2 to power 20 bytes. Just like that. 1 petabyte equals to 2 to power 50 bytes. 1 petabyte equals to 2 to power 50 bytes. Supercomputer. In 2018, there was a supercomputer named Pratyush and was made for the meteorological department. It was made by CDAC Pune, that is Center for Development of Advanced Computers. So what is the full form of CDAC? That is Center for Development of Advanced Computers. They made a supercomputer Pratyush for the meteorological department in 2018. And the speed of this supercomputer was 6.8 petaflops. So peta we know that 2 to power 50 bytes. So speed is 6.8 petaflops. Now speeds. If we talk about the personal computer speed is measured in the form of MIPS or MOPS. means million of instruction per second or million of operation per second. We can say million of instruction per second or million of operation per second in the case of personal computer. In the case of microprocessor, we measure it in the form of hertz, but in the case of supercomputer, we measure it in the form of flops. So floating point operating per second. So flops full form is floating point operation per second, floating point operation per second. So now there after flops we have 1 exabyte 2 to the power 60 byte, 1 zettabyte 2 to the power 70 byte, 1 yottabyte that is 2 to the power 80 bytes, then 1 protobyte 2 to the power 90 byte, and 1 gigabyte that is 2 to the power 100 bytes, and 1 epic byte that is 2 to the power 10 byte to 110 bytes. So we must remember the important one. 1 kilobyte is equal to 2 to the power 10 bytes, 1 megabyte 2 to the power 20 bytes, 1 gigabyte 2 to the power 30 bytes, 1 terabyte 2 to the power 40 bytes, 1 petabyte 2 to the power 50 bytes, 1 exabyte 2 to the power 60 bytes, and 1 yottabyte 2 to the power 70 bytes, and there is 1 yottabyte. So there is a 1 yottabyte equals to 2 power 80 bytes. So we have to remember it till here, and if you remember, it's a good thing. Now if they ask what is the maximum, which is the maximum among the three. So this is kilobyte, petabyte, terabyte, gigabyte. We know that petabytes is the maximum. So now there is 1 terabyte equals to what? So 1 terabyte, we know that terabyte is 2 to the power 40 bytes. We know that, we have seen that. Let's see, 1 terabyte is 2 to the power 40 bytes. So how can we write it? We can write it 2 to the power 10 equals to 2 to the power 30 bytes. The 2 to the power 10 can be written as 1024, and 2 to the power 30 is 2 to the power 30. We know that 2 to the power 30 is gigabyte. So 1024 gigabyte. So answer will be C. Now there is one more question. 1 terabyte in the form of this. So we know that 1 terabyte can be written in the form of 2 to the power 40 bytes. So it can be written like 2 to the power 30, 2 to the power 10. But can also written 2 to the power 20 into 2 to the power 20. If we see 2 to the power, what is 2 to the power 20? 2 to the power 20 is megabyte. So it's a megabyte. So 2 to the power 20 is megabyte to 2 to the power 20 megabyte. So answer in this form is 2 to the power 20 megabyte. So terabyte, we have seen that, and now the answer is 5 megabyte. What will the answer? So we know the 5 mega. What is mega? 2 to the power 20 byte. In byte, how many bits are there? 8 bits. So if we solve it, so we can write it 2 to the power 10 into 2 to the power 10 into 8, and this is 1024 and it's also 1024 into 8. And for simplification purpose, we can if we multiply it with 40, simplification purpose we can write it 1000. So answer will be 4 into 10 to the power 7. So answer will be B. Thank you.